Hey kids, hey parents, hope that your week is off to a good start. I'm glad that you're tuning in to put God's Word to use in your life, to be able to talk about it and work out those details. Well, this week as we keep moving through the New Testament, we're talking about Jesus calling his disciples. Now, disciples is a word that we use at church, but you may not use it in other places in your life, but it's related to the word for learning. And so a disciple is a learner. And so Jesus came and he actually called people to come follow him. See, other times rabbis, these Jewish teachers, they would have people that would want to follow him, and a teacher, and they would learn and this kind of stuff. But Jesus came and said, "Hey, you follow me." And the disciples left their old life behind, whether it was a fishing business or collecting taxes or whatever it was, and they said, "This guy, something about him, I've got to follow him." And they heard his voice and they went. And so they started listening to Jesus' teaching. They didn't always understand it though. They were kind of bumbling around and they were arguing, they were fighting, and they didn't always get it. But they kept coming back to Jesus, and they said Jesus because they were his learners. Not just knowing what he said, but they were trying to do it. And they said, "Jesus, help us. What is this? This is hard." And Jesus was patient with them over and over, and he taught them with his mouth and he taught them with his life. Well, you know, sometimes when we have different kinds of things going on, we try to group it. And so in this bucket here, I've got a lot of candy. You guys recognize this? And so maybe I could group it, like I could put the Hershey Kisses together, put some of that. I could put the chocolates together. Let's see, we could do fruity things together. You know, but I've got more Hershey Kisses, and I could rearrange it by color, or we could do it all that way, or different kinds of chocolate, and I could start making, or different flavors of the fruit. I could try to make sense of what I have there in different ways. But when it came to Jesus, the people tried to sort out what he was like. They had this idea that God would send a rescuer to come and fix their problems, fix the nation, and make things right again. But they didn't have it all sorted out. And Jesus sort of seemed like that, but in other ways, he was bringing a kingdom in a different way. And so the disciples were trying to figure this out, and the people around were trying to figure this out, and they didn't all respond rightly. But the question comes up for us: will we respond rightly? Will we see that Jesus is the King that God promised to come and fix the world? That means fixing us from our sin, and also he's going to make the world all right again. We've seen stuff this week, and we see it every week. There's just really bad stuff that happens in the world, and it's because of sin. But God sent Jesus to make the world new, to create it new. And that starts by us trusting him, by turning from our sin and putting our confidence in him. And then we learn, we become like him. We do the things that he did. And one day, he makes us perfect, and he's going to come back and make the world completely new with no sin, nothing to make it wrong. But we're not there yet. We wait until he returns. He's kept his word so far, and so we are trusting for him to do that again. So those are some things for you guys to talk about as a family. Where do you need to trust in Jesus and follow him? Is there an area where you've kind of wanted to hang on to it and not let it go? How are you learning to be like Jesus and to follow him and to trust his promises? So take that, encourage each other and push each other along to follow behind. That's what it means. It's not just going, "Oh, I like that." When you follow somebody, they're in front, they're leading, and you're going behind. So follow Jesus together. Now we got one more thing for you, and that's the word of the week. And the word of the week, or it says the question of the week. What does the word disciple mean? Go back and watch at the beginning. I said what it means and the word that it comes from. So what does it mean to be a disciple? I'll look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. Have a good week.